I think I slept for about an hour and a half. I don't know. I think it was about 8:15 when I went out and started shooting. It's 9:30 now, so it's about an hour and 15 minutes. I gotta run off the fat. I gotta go through there and take like those Hostess snowballs or whatever stuff and throw them in the trash because they don't digest for shit. There's just certain things in there that I just wouldn't buy because they don't digest well. And then just not get more. I gotta cut up. I got the fruit in there. I gotta cut up celery and carrots. I'll probably have that for dinner in the next 3 days, and just take a lot of that stuff and instead of just trying to eat it to get rid of it, just throw it in the trash. Set it out there in the garbage. It's just gonna do the same thing in the dumpster and in the landfill as it does in your belly. You know what I mean? If it don't digest well in you, it ain't going to digest well there. So. It's a difference if it's paralysis in your colon or if it's something to, for bugs to try to eat. If they gonna eat your shit, they're gonna eat that shit too, Hostess, yeah, and the chocolate stuff of Hostess don't taste good. Don't taste like chocolate at all, no how. I ain't getting the Dove caramel ones anymore. I don't like the way they taste very much. I do like the peanut butter, the mint chocolate. My favorite is just plain dark chocolate. Yeah, it's just my favorite. Interesting. I was sitting here watching a movie. It's called Ruby's Bucket of Blood. You painted up your lips and rolled in curtains. She don't have to do that. She has her own club, right? It's directed by the woman who stars in it. Yeah. Interesting movie. Yeah. I do know this, that Aaron Russo said that Nelson Rockefeller said they know what they're doing 50 years in advance. And they got it all figured out. And these charismatic cult leaders, they don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. They don't have a plan. They don't know how to outmaneuver their enemies. They don't know how to get their enemies to love them because they're right, and you can't trust people because they're not worthy of your trust. And so you have to stay ahead of them in order to keep your family safe from being killed and raped off the planet by bad people. According to the Saudi royal family, descendants of Abu Lahab and all the angry homosexuals that hate their parents and hate life and hate courtly life and hate the responsibility of leadership, right? You hate being the gracious good shepherd? Me too. So if I can't talk Goliath into not raping and killing everybody, I'm just going to have to cut his fucking head off. And I hate that shit. But you can't do that, so you get fucked in the ass by your lover, and then you're pissed off. Dad gets mad because he's not as good as me, and you're not as good as me, and he takes your lover and throws him out a fucking window. Right, Mel Gibson? Shit. And here we go again. They feel powerful when they're fucking another man in the ass, gouging his eyes out and killing his kids. And if he wants to, why would you try to rape a woman into your existence? If she don't like you, it's for damn good reason, right? Shit. They've always got a plan, Saudi royal family, they got a plan. They have the best psychics in the world, the best scientists in the world, the best genome sequencers in the world, the best mathematicians in the world, the best astrologists in the world, the best astronomists in the world, the best physicists in the world, the best democracists in the world, And me, I fail to plan. I don't plan to fail. I keep failing. Why do I keep failing? Because they don't fail to plan. They got a plan. They've always got a plan. God has a plan for your life. Forgive debt and trespass, love one eternal, faithful peace. That's a lousy plan. Why? Because it works? Okay. Don't say you know how these people work, because they don't work. Well, they will not dig a ditch with you with the kids and celebrate when the water's coming into the crops. Because we're doing everything right by the snows of Kilimanjaro. to get the cool water to come down in the hot sun and fertilize, and provide for our crops. So the rain and the clouds will come and say, hey, these people do right. We just can't keep on doing, you know what I mean? There's been a lot of women throughout time that have sought out to be the wife of Queen David because she hated the sodomizing, raping, evil, mean Earl, merchant marine that she's getting fucked by, right? Earl, the prison sour flower salesman, Shit, the mule, right? Earl. My name is Earl. Gonna give you a hickey, like a Nicky. So, me and Ruby have a very intense relationship throughout time and prayer. The men from her tribe, they do deals with sodomizers that end up being guys that, to feel powerful, make the man suck the dick and take the dick so he can run the casting couch, he can run the record company. And I'm just not that type of a person. I'm a man, yes I am, and so it's real hard for a woman like that to come to grips that I'm not Billy Bob Thornton or Peter Boyle. I like Heath Ledger, but Heath Ledger's like, is he for real? Of course I'm for real. I can see the little tears in your eyes about to fall. You are wondering if I'm for real. I tell you no lie, baby, I'm for real. Baby, you don't have to go. I want to talk with you a little more. Well, that was real intense. If Dan Salianova was setting pics on me because they were sodomizing the girls on his island because they didn't want him having sex with Mr. Christian, and they were supposed to keep it in the tribe, he'd cover his nuts, but there's this, it's called an uppercut. And I'd put his testicles up into his bladder. And then he wouldn't be going, that's for sure. And then I'd walk in there and say, you hurt my girl one more time, I swear, by the moon and the stars up above. I'm not Clark Gable. I'm not Mel Gibson. And Captain Bligh, I don't think he's related to Lauren. She's one of us. Is it Lauren? I don't know. But it's cute. Yeah, she's funny. She makes me laugh. Old Bee's little sister that stole their snacks. She forks up. I have a lot of Sun Devils that are very good friends. And starting with Jumpin' Joe Caldwell. And, yeah. What about your mom? That's my mom. She wasn't a Sun Devil. No, she was Mary Poop. Being a Sun Devil stressed her out so much that it sent her to an early grave. Secondhand smoke, alcohol, shit like that. Even when someone's pretending to be stuck in those bars, paying their extortion, and living in that death trap, even if you do it for 6 months, it's 6 months too long. My spirit went to the cross of your shame in the Roman Empire to save you from doing that. That's why my heart breaks, Christina. Dance to the strings of your string in my sorrow. I'll take you home when it's over. Dream all the dreams. You painted up your lips and rolled and curled your tender hair. Right? I'm not paralyzed. I can move my legs. Real good, too. I'm still a pretty good dancer, and I got a really good jump shot for a man poisoned half to death by the worst chicken shit perverts in the history of the world. They braked out wars to keep me from doing things for chores to pay my bills. Scott Howell was going to teach me to play tennis. And I would have beat Yannick Noah and asked him for his autograph and said, you're my favorite tennis player, man. You just beat the living shit out of me. And you've only played for 6 months. Yeah, I'm real quick. How do you do that with the turn on the backhand and serve it back with the forehand? I just have to anticipate it. And if I anticipate it well and see it coming, I can get on it and do it. I can't do it every time, but I can do it most of the time. You can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Well, it makes you almost impossible to beat. Yeah, and Scott got me to have a pretty good serve. And then when you return it, yeah, you can turn on somebody's 110 whatever mile an hour serve that's hit to your backhand and hit it with the forehand. Yeah, I'm only going to play for about 4 years. Well, me and Steffi have Patrick, and then we have a daughter named Ariel, and we're good to go. We got 2 cats in the yard. This used to be so hard. We live up in Flagstaff. I got my mom and my dad up there. Dad likes the ducks and mom likes the fresh air. It's gonna add years to her life, you know. But Aaron Russo and the Rockefellers know what they're doing 50 years in advance, so it was never meant to be, right? Those are only dreams that Steffi had and drew pictures about, and it never happened. It's what she wanted, but it was never going to happen. They would give it to her in vision, and they'd take it away and torture her with it. Yeah. Well, because, you know, the sperm donor that left mom to raise my love, you'll never find the word, I'll never find the words, my love. Where somebody, you know, loose ends, that Grindle and his mother, and needed to be tied up, you know. The bad brain activity was causing them bad brain activity according to their science projects by all their geniuses. You're like, okay, you're going to blame the woman for being seduced by the child of the rapist to give you Wall Street, K Street, and the casting couch. And you're going to blame the child for him being affected by you. Okay, the fuck for the buck stops with you, bitch. You think you are Dudley Do-Right's horse and shit? Can't stand him. Thanks, Angie. Angie, baby, you're a special lady. I was right to have a crush on you. I'm sorry I've been so hard on you, and I'm sorry it's been so hard every time we've connected in prayer. I'm not apologizing to you. I'm empathizing with you, okay, baby girl? You're very pretty. I agree with the little actor that you paid money to have him say that to you. I'm just kidding here. You want a beer? No, beer's bad. Yak piss bad. No secondhand smoke. No yak piss. No smoking. Moten is bad for you. You smell like the ashtray. Earl was right. He was right. I ain't living this way no more. You and me out on the farm. Let the sun be our alarm. Yeah. We will walk hand in hand by the sea, and we'll breathe in the cool, salty air. You'll turn to me with a kiss in your eyes, and my heart feels a thrill beyond compare. And I say to myself, it's wonderful, wonderful, oh so wonderful, my love. Oh, shut up, Courtney, and go shopping. Ashton Kutcher will go with you. The ghost of Bernie Mac compels you. Hey, man, if you don't step up for the Lord's Prayer, your kids are all going to come up to me and say, why can't you be my dad? I think I already am. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Earl, what's up? Well, I ain't planting no flowers in prison, I'll tell you that. This is house arrest. My kids at least they know where I'm at, right? I'm trying to win an Oscar. I already have an Oscar. I didn't have to win him. He was a friend of my brother-in-law, and his sister married one of my best friends, who was one of the men that was from the Saints of Puerto Rico, required to watch over me and tell everybody, this kid's legit. He's the real deal. He's going to do it. Earl's going to do it. I'm a rhinestone cowboy. Damn it, you, Ronnie, don't ever wish my name in lights. No. No billboards for this child. This child gotta go to the mountains. Yeah. If I could, I'd catch a falling star to shine on you so I'll know where you are. Order rainbows in your favorite shades to show I love you. Thinking of you, write your name across the sky. Anything you ask, I try. 'Cause bet you by golly, wow, you're the one that I've been waiting for forever. It's not my fault that most of the famous women that are used by the Rockefeller Foundation seek a love affair with a man like King David, because they don't want any other, because the others, they don't bother to get up and do what's right. They sell out because they want to run the casting couch. They want to roofie Beverly Johnson. They want to sell everybody Jell-O pudding pops and be a best-selling author, signing books at Barnes & Noble. It ain't my fault I'm good and they bad. I ain't encouraged a cowardly dog. Ain't an ounce of coward in me. And I ain't a dog, I'm a man. And you's just bad. And your dog's got more courage than you do. And Zeke had a hell of a lot more courage than you, but at least he was smart enough to be courage cowardly dog when they was shooting off fireworks. They shooting, Earl, they shooting. He go hide in the shower. They shooting, you crazy. No, it's just this is Las Cruces. Yeah, they might be shooting, but it's gonna come through the shower roof just the same as it's gonna come in here. So your odds ain't any better hiding in the shower. Zeke. No. He's a dog. What do you know? Now we got a metal roof, so we got better odds. Oh, if I could, I'd catch a phone and stuff. I like Linda Creed too. I agree with you, girl. She's good. Yeah. Hang in there, okay, Angie? What was the name of that movie? Waiting to Excel, right? That the one with the late night DJ with the thank you for calling Southwest Airlines. This is Earl. How can I help you? You want to go where? El Paso, Texas. Wow, it's only 45 minutes away from Las Cruces. I understand why. I was born there. The mountains are pretty. Certain mornings and certain nights, all the purples and the oranges. Yeah, it's just gorgeous, man. Prettier than a Phoenix Suns uniform. You bet your ass it's real. I can see the little tears in your eyes about to fall, right? Earl, I'm just silly, man. Yeah, no, I was mad. I was out there shooting hoops, and I had the look. You know that look? You know. And then they started talking to me about basketball. But you said how Richard Dumas should play, and you don't play that way. No, I play standing up most of the time. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen? Yeah. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen can't get away with playing straight up and playing possum. Well, I could play possum better than Gus Williams, Lenny Parham, and Clyde Frazier put together. I was quicker. I can go from up downs. I'm so flexible and limber and fast. You know, like my two favorite athletes when I was a kid, besides Gale Sayers, were Faird and Harold Nicholas. You know, so I could go from I've been thinking about you. I could move from one position to the other so fast. It's like, go grease lightning, you're going up the quarter mile. Keep talking, oh, keep talking. And so I always baited everybody. I was in predator mode. Karen Stevens, yeah, Sarah's mom's baby hair. Oh, Sarah Stevens. She goes, she would always tell me, because I was like 6, and Sarah was a baby, and she goes, that's going to be my daughter's husband. I was like, she's a baby. And then I ended up married to Amy. I was 13 years old and 9 months when Amy was born. Pervert. I'm not a pervert. She asked me out. Shit. She was 19. I was 33. And I always used to sing to her Donald Fagen. Yeah. That's Aretha Franklin. White, 19, don't know, clean the soul. And she was raised by white people. No, baby, the Shirelles sing it better than the mamas and the papas. No, baby, it's like my mom. No, you gotta hear this one, girl. Come on. Take my hand. Let me take you to... we had different taste. Nothing wrong with Susie Barrett. She's just different than me. I'm Cancer, and my name is Ralph, Earl. And I'm just different. Amy's not the romantic type. She said the girls I get together with, or the woman I get together with, we're so icky sweet, it's disgusting to people that like, looking kind of lonely, girl. Would you like someone new to talk to? Oh, yeah, all right. Where I walk up, a cigarette, put the cigarette down. Let's get the hell out of here. What are you going to do? I just want to take you out in the fresh night air, and I want to walk you home. You look so good to me. Woo-wee. I wish I was the lucky guy. Could walk right home, I'm right by your side. I likes the way you walk. I likes the way you talk. Right, and that's happened to me for tens of thousands of years, Women have, how women are? When there's that right guy. Women are more like that when we dudes are, man. We dudes are kind of like, if she decides to leave, we ain't gonna chase her down. And Jimmy Rogers. No, I ain't like Jimmy. I'm not Richard Marine type. When a woman gets the blues, she hangs her little head and cries. When a man gets the blues, he hits on the train and rides. I ain't going nowhere. This is where I live. I ain't gonna hawk the old places where we used to go, and I ain't gonna Wurlitzer Prize and all that stuff. I'm a grown man. Yes, I am. I think I can understand. Yes, I can. I wish you good luck and goodbye. See you around sometime. Time used to be white. She didn't take off and gave her back the key to her front door. And that's pretty much me. And so I ain't going nowhere if it's where I want to be. If I'm in Pinos Altos, New Mexico, and I come home and the mailman's on top of my wife, I say, well, you go get in that mail truck. There's always work at the post office, but get the hell out of here. It's where I live. I worked hard for this place. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of guy I am. I ain't going to get up and leave if I've done right by the place and she ain't. I'm not going to let what she did wrong take away what's right about me. And if someone comes up and jumps over the broom with me and comes to that house and help me keep that floor clean and don't let no one come in and do dirty deeds on my bed, that's her bed. That's my bed. Doesn't matter what happened there before. What matters is happening there now, right? Let's take a shower together. You wash your body, I'll wash mine. I'll wash your body, you wash mine. Rub me down. I don't like burning hot oils, no. What I like orange juice and cantaloupe strawberries and beans and rice and no pesticides and herbicides on the plants, no carbon emission poisoning by assholes running around moving stuff around they say they own and we gotta buy because we need it. No, you want a whole lot of love. Deep inside, you need it, right? So I was really pissed, but I got it all out in my basketball shots, right? So, Dan Salerno, he had to go pay his bills, He had designer clothes to go buy and sell, We ain't like, I don't cheat to beat, me, fair and square, Oh, guys, when I played basketball, I came through the lane. I was a flying ninja. You catch a bow or you catch something, So if I had played soccer and in the box, Cristiano Ronaldo would come and try to get, where we bumped heads, we wouldn't bump heads. No. My arms would have been way down here, and he'd come jumping up, and because your arms get like this when you jump up in the air and you're coming down, he'd got an elbow right in the head. What happened? Don't try to jump on. Don't try to come and judo flip me. This is different. This is soccer. We both jumping. You judo flip me, you gonna get red carded. You're out of here, But yeah, no, football, Jesus told me not to play. Because I would have been accused of being a dirty player. Because they would come, with ill intent, come to hurt, bring the pain. And I grabbed Troy Polamalu by the butt and shoved him right into James Harrison. Both of them ended up in the hospital and in a wheelchair. And you're a dirty player. Y'all need to learn how to contain tackle and not try to use this tackle football, not hit to hurt. And he's dirty. I'm not dirty just because I can stop on a dime, grab you by the rump and throw you into him and hurdle over both of you and go to the touchdown. That ain't dirty. That's just protecting myself from you dirty. It's tackle football. I keep telling you, it's tackle football. When you pray to Jesus, you better understand it's tackle football. And the guy like Jesus, it ain't hit football. It's tackle football. Hit. If I have to hit you, it's because you're coming to rape my women and children, and I'm going to put you down, motherfucker. We already talked about that. Right. So, I got you. So, we got this. Yeah, man, guys, I still have a lot of work to do, but I can do a lot in 35 minutes. Just connecting to people in prayer and finding out what Aaron Russo's pal Nelson Rockefeller had planned for me and my family with his George Herbert Walker Bush and how he was going to do things to, they start wars and mass murder people to manipulate what happens with my life. Yeah. Imagine that with two hands. Every time at the end of a football game on a video game, they score a touchdown. It's like, I've never seen that before in my life. Okay. Until they showed me pictures later. That's Barack Obama. So, That's the same thing the guys do with the Nike gloves on my EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game. I ain't never seen that in the game. Y'all motherfuckers ain't in the game. Yeah, he is. That's right. You go visit him at the White House at the end of Madden 2012. That's right. I forgot about that, motherfuckers. Okay. Boom, ba boom, boom, ba doom, ba boom, boom, ba doom. Hey. Paramount Pictures, huh? You guys are nuts, man. Guys, just because you're manipulating people doesn't mean that your manipulation is faith based on reality. You're just using the word faith to try to get people to, you can't have faith in somebody. No. You have faith in God. And when you honor that faith and obey the natural laws to trust people because you can believe they're worthy of your trust because they earn it, and then a faithful person to those natural laws to honor the gift of the soul through holy covenants, through when a man loves a woman, you know, not Percy Sledge. When a man loves a woman, right? You know, when she understands how perfect he is, and that she's just got to have children that are like him. And she prays and she prays and she prays. She says, listen to me, husband. And you go, you know how many wives I got? I'm like King David, man. You know, baby girl's hard. It's, you know, and they always threw, you know, the girl from Maid in Manhattan at me all the time. And as soon as I go watch a movie, they throw Maid in Manhattan back up. Next thing I know, Enough is on, and then you know, second act, Shades of Blue, Hustlers, you name it, they got it. Your movies just aren't as prevalent and available and as popular, Miss Vampire from Brooklyn. Hit him one more time, Tina. Hit him one more time. You're so funny. Oh Lord. Yeah. It's not my fault, man. I didn't do none of this shit. When people sit down and tell you he's going to take away all your hard work, he pretends to be good, but he's a pervert. All he's thinking about is having sex with the 13-year-old. Stephen Hawking will make sure of that. They don't tell her that part. Stephen Hawking is an asshole, and he's always going to be. I got his theory of everything right here. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah, he's an asshole. Yeah, he is. Stephen Hawking is a complete asshole, and life's eternal and grace is infinite. Guys, Stephen Hawking will be a different individual if his genetic molecular similitude survives what he's doing with technology to try to eliminate Abrahamic religion from the face of the planet. Because he will inherit the kingdom of heaven on earth and not eternal wretchedness. It's way different when a kid that does math real good is living the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer rather than the stupidity of the marbles at Oxford or Cambridge thrown on the floor of the whatever. Bad shit fucking crazy. Bad shit fucking crazy. You want to use Selden's dorm room to have sex with your girlfriend? How does that make you feel? Mr. Spock, Dr. McCoy, Captain Kirk. Where's Lieutenant Uhura? She died in up near the Gila. Yeah. I did not know. I saw it on the news. Nobody told me until I saw it on the news. Maybe she just didn't believe in me. Maybe she didn't even know who I was. Maybe they kept me a secret from her. I don't know. Time is all it takes to tell. We'll see in time. You know, if we talk in prayer later, I ain't gonna tell you what we talked about. You guys don't deserve it. You know, thing with Ella Fitzgerald and all that stuff. Why would I, if I have a good prayer with Ella Fitzgerald in the future, because she's talking to the Lord, asking when, you know, the rapture's going to come and people are going to not have to be stuck in those bars dying from cigarette smoke and alcohol and their babies being born with birth defects and not being able to afford to to take care of the baby and have to go sleep without her permature sorry ass, all that crazy shit that those assholes do, right? And I'm pretty sure it'd be better to have a prayer conversation with Errol Fitzgerald después all this shit instead of, I don't know when it's going to happen, baby girl. Wouldn't it be better to talk to the people that I had big crushes on when I was a kid and still do after we clean up this mess on aisle 999 where you have your blue light specials on edible panties and shit? You funny. I know, I get it. But do you get it? I'm very calm, man. Everything just comes at me, and I go out there, I shoot hoops, and everything comes rushing at me, and then I come back in, I sit down. Instead of being a stand-up comedian, like Don Rickles, I'm a better sit-down comedian so Mom could tolerate me better, Earl, did you say that? I said that in front of people, Mother. Yes, I did. Somebody's got to say it, Mom. Somebody's got to be truthful. Somebody's got to be faithful. Somebody's got to fix technology that was made for Peter Pettigrew to interpret and explain lies and tell lies to the Hirohito's line, and Ken Watanabe pretending to be like Tetsuro Suzuki, but he's nothing like him. That movie totally screwed me up for Suzuki, man. Then when I got Suzuki in prayer, I'm like, this guy's wonderful. He's funny. He's kind. He's jovial. He's sweet. He's only serious when he needs to be, and he rarely wants to be. Because he thinks that life is too short to constantly be an aggressive, abusive, excessive, compulsive, I got a sword and I'll cut your head off of Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino movie maniac, man. I don't like watching I never saw Reservoir Dogs. I saw like 5 minutes of Dusk Till Dawn, and I was like, man, she's sure fun to look at, but she's a vampire, so I don't want to look at her. No. A woman looking that good? And like I told Sachko, hey, man, we ain't going to have sex. I don't want to frustrate myself looking at you naked all the time. No, if Angie had made a Monsters Ball, no, I wouldn't go watch it all the time. I would say, okay, that's Courtney's girl. I ain't trying to, obsess on having sex with her all the time. That's just wrong. Money's wrong, and having to pay the bills is wrong, and you know me, right? So, nope. So I ain't meditating your verse, and I ain't connecting to your glasses, and I can't endorse your glasses or Jurassic Park. So, change your apartment, change the world. Never rent an apartment again. Never rent out apartments again. Stop being a slumlord that's a retard that tries to put glasses on people's faces that answer all their questions that they think they need answering, that are completely frivolous, and we're better off on not even getting a copy of our lousy Jeopardy home game for the celebrity charities that don't exist because money's not real. When you give to charity, when you do things for people, don't put on a show of it. Do it because it's the right thing to do. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna go cut the Martinez's yard. How are you gonna do that where people ain't watching? Just do it early in the morning, get it done. Typically, when I cut it, they ain't there. They come back and it's cut because Dad likes it to be cut because he likes the smile on Anna's face and the way she feels when we do that for her. Because this county is mean, and her son has kids and can't afford to get a lawn tractor to cut it, so Dad's got it, and help your neighbors out so they feel better and know that there's people out there that care, that are good, trying to be good Christians, right? Okay, guys, we'll talk later. Pray, connect with me, and if you do it sincerely, because I love you so dearly, it'll work out real good. If you do it to try to teach me something and show me something because you think you're better than me, well, then you need a good ass kicking. But I don't really want to talk to you, so I'm going to do my best not to listen to your ass, okay? I love you, all right? Peace out, man.